See, he didn't just make the whole thing about Slim Shady being an asshole, and he made 2 songs for his daughter.
Right. So the second half of this album is like Eminem.
Eminem.
Right.
I get it. So like he became Eminem after
Right.
he got sober and decided to
He killed Slim
get his life together.
in the Guilty Conscience
Yeah.
track. Everything after that
Is him
Eminem.
now.
Yeah, him now.
He knows that there was a chance he wouldn't be alive today, so
Right.
he's not gonna take that for granted.
It's like Slim Shady is evil, and then Eminem is good.
Mhm. Eminem's like the superhero.
Yeah.
You know.
And the self-aware, socially conscious part of him.
The one that motivates us and lifts us up.
Right.
It's genius too, because if he just did a whole Slim Shady album,
people would be offended.
It would not be good for him.
And he would feel like shit.
People would misunderstand him.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. This is giving it to the people that want the Slim Shady.
Right. And he outweighed that with, being conscious about how Slim Shady is a little too much.
Right. He's guilty conscious.
And he's guilty conscious. Guilty Conscious 2, one of his best songs ever.
Yeah. It feels like an old Eminem album though, because you got Haley's songs on it. You got him talking trash about everybody.
Right.
And him being confident and showing that he's been through a lot and now he's turning it around.
Right.
Being that hero in that story, being that main character in that movie that turns everything around for the better. He did that, and so he's an example that we can do that too, He didn't come for anybody too hard, like anybody today, really that hard. He was mainly just making old, like, Christopher Reeves references and stuff.
Right.
So it didn't seem like he wanted smoke that much.
Said a few slurs.
Yeah. And that was just for that shock value.
Yeah.
Just to bring back that real Slim Shady energy. And to show that, we need to balance out this cancel culture thing. Like, yes, we shouldn't say these things, and just not care. But at the same time, we need to balance it out. Like, we should be able to make jokes and not have it be taken so literal.
Right.
So he wants it to kind of, like, balance out. He's like, you need me and I need you, Generation Z, because you need me to balance you out, and y'all need to tell me that that's not cool. And, we can grow from that, learn from that. That's okay. I understand that needs to happen. But we also need to let people make jokes and not take it as them being a bad person because they said something that was a joke.
My question is, is this the last time we ever see Slim Shady? Was that his way of saying, I don't feel right with Slim Shady, but here's my last hurrah with Slim Shady tracks, me going balls to the walls, fucking insanely controversial, career-risking controversial. And I'm going to tell you guys my relationship with this character, and I'm going to kill it.
Shady almost killed him.
Right.
So he's got to kill Slim Shady in order to be the father and the person he wants to be.
Yeah, if he's saying that Slim Shady was a result of drugs and all this stuff too, then yeah, he's saying
that had to get
he's
killed.
Got to kill Slim.
Yeah.
So he can be a good dad.
Right.
And a good person.
Yes. He also doesn't want to be a bad example anymore to his fans.
Right.
But is he really going to dead it? I don't know, because he's always going to diss people, I feel like. He's always going to talk shit.
Unless he's trying to in the last...
Unless he wants to dead that.
But no, even when he's Eminem, he's still talking shit.
He still talks shit, yeah.
So...
He just doesn't do it to the level of shock value that he used to.
He's not going to, say shit that's really triggering and
out of line.
Piss you off.
Yeah.
As hard as he can.
As much.
Yeah.
He will do it sometimes, but...
But, when people don't respect him, that's when he's telling you,
he just puts you in your place.
Respect me, yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting, man.
He was just giving us a taste of what it would be like to have Slim Shady today talk about, things like Caitlyn Jenner and stuff that are relevant today. But I don't want to do this all the time, if at all anymore. Thank you, Eminem, though, because this is literally what we wanted.
Yeah.
Literally.
It was very conceptually deep. I love that you really thought this one out, man.
Mm-hmm. This was a blessing to the fans.
Slim Shady bars with the AI and stuff, it worked so well. It was so good.
He showed like all sides of himself.
It literally sounded like you brought back songs from back then. Which one of them was. But other than that, it wasn't. Are you kidding me? That's insane, dude. This is one of his best albums. And
yeah.
It's incredible.
So well thought out.
And the bars are just immaculate. That first half is insane.
There's not a song on here that I'm like, I hate this song. Yeah. I'm not going to listen to it ever again.
There's only been a few points where I was like, okay, you know, maybe this hook isn't all that. Like the Road Rage hook, where I was kind of like, yeah.
Right.
But
that doesn't mean I will never listen to it again.
Right.
This album's pretty much no skip.
Oh yeah, and he made me like that song at the end. I don't like that song. Like I don't like the original version, but the way that he put his spin on it, he made me like it.
Mhm. That's a good track, I feel like, for him to
very good track
to do.
It works for him. We're gonna go listen to this album, and then we'll tell you guys which ones are our favorites. It's hard to say right now. We just listen to a lot. If you know me, then you know that I'm probably not gonna like the poppy stuff at the end as much. You know, like they were great tracks, you know, but I'm probably not gonna be spinning his song to Haley like that, you know.
Mhm. But it's not a track you're gonna replay all the time. It's a real sentimental.
Right. It shows how he's being himself so much, you know. All right, looking at this album as a whole, it seems like this is a battle, an internal struggle between Eminem and his alter ego, Slim Shady. Now, there are some theories out there that if you listen to this album from back to front, that it sounds like Slim Shady is killing Marshall Mathers. Now, I think this is true for a few reasons, because in the first track, you have M spitting on the grave of what we thought was Slim Shady, but it could be Slim Shady spitting on the grave of Marshall Mathers. And if you listen, right after he spits on the grave, you hear footsteps as if he's walking away from the grave. But what if we're listening to it backwards, that's him walking up to the grave and spitting on the grave. If you know what I'm saying? So, not only that, but in Houdini, he says, what you saw ain't what you saw. And then he also says, the kidnapping never did happen. You know, the full line is, caught the kidnapping, never did happen. But kidnapping, I mean, that's what happened throughout this album. Slim Shady kidnapped Marshall Mathers. So, I think it's possible that he wanted this album to be listened to front to back or back to front in two ways to show you that Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers are, you know, battling in his head. He doesn't know whether to be this artist, that's Slim Shady, and say controversial things and try to get canceled because that's fun to him, that's an addiction to him, or whether or not he should be, you know, portraying a good image and speaking on things like more evolved things that he thinks about, like in his older age, you know, like he wants to think about what he wants to say to his kid when he dies, or he feels guilty over the things in the past that he's done. You know, that's more evolved thinking than Slim Shady's thoughts. Also, the key piece of information that makes all of this work is at the end of Guilty Conscience 2, when Slim seems like he laughs at the end. He's like, haha, laughing at Paul, who's like, fuck you, because Paul's upset that all this controversial stuff is out by M. Or, possibly, he was just saying fuck you because none of that did come out yet, and he was just like, what are you talking about? Fuck you, if you listen to it backwards. Because the thing that makes sense is Houdini being the song right after Slim is taking over Marshall's brain, because he's saying, guess who's back? It's Slim Shady. I'm here right now. But either way, the backwards theory working or not, I feel like this album, no skips. Every single song is great. I mean, it has listenable moments at least, or a song that is not very replayable, but, you know, holds a lot of emotional weight. So, you know, you're not going to replay it that much, but for certain moments, definitely is a good song. I think it's up there. It's hard for me to rank Eminem albums personally, because I really love them. For me to say, I would say Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, I want to say Slim Shady LP, Relapse, and then this album. But I will say, like, after listening to some old M after this album, you know, it's got me thinking, like, some of the bars on this new album are some of the best bars he's ever had. Like, really, like, rhyme scheme wise, he's fitting rhymes together probably better than ever right now. So that's something that makes me want to rate it even higher. I mean, I feel like it's a really key album in his discography, and especially since it's so conceptual, it makes me want to rank it high. It makes me want to say it's top 3 in his albums. So, I mean, either way, man, bravo to fucking Marshall Mathers. Killed this shit. Looking forward to the deluxe or whatever he wants to drop next, man. B-side. I seen some theories talking about the B-side might come out near Halloween. Like Slim Shady just came out out the grave, resurrected for Halloween time. That would be awesome. Please let that happen. But whatever he wants to do, man. Looking forward to it. I think he's got a series coming. I think maybe 2 more albums and then he's done. That's what I think. I think like the next one would be like the resurrection of Slim Shady or something like that. Death of Marshall Mathers or something. Marshall Mathers LP 3. Then Eminem Show 3 or 2 or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, those are my theories. Oh yeah, let me say my favorite songs. My favorite song that I cannot stop playing is Antichrist. It's close between that and Fuel. So I would say Antichrist, then Fuel, then Lucifer, if not then Evil, and then Renaissance. Like those are my 5. But then Guilty Conscience 2 is like the main part of this entire album. So it's hard for me to even say like these songs are better than that song, because that song, I feel like, is such a key song in Eminem's entire discography to explain how he feels. But the one I've replayed the most, I can tell you, is Antichrist. And he's got like every delivery he's ever made in that, except for Relapse, which I feel like he should have done the accent delivery somewhere throughout this album, and parts of that song too. But the xylophone beat that Eminem made, it's so perfect. But you guys let me know your favorite tracks down below in the comments. Let me know where you rank this album in Eminem's discography, and anything else that you want to tell me, man. If you got some new info, maybe I missed a bar or 2, let me know. I love to read comments on Eminem videos. God, I'm an Eminem nerd, so like, that's Bond, bro. Tell me your favorite song, your favorite album. Let me know, dude. But make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed yourself, because I'm going to get into those bonus tracks whenever they come around. And anything else M wants to drop, like I said, could be a double album coming. Who knows? You never know, man. Because Dre and Snoop said that they were on this album from the Fallon interview. And all of a sudden, they're not on this album. So what's going on there? I feel like some fishy is going on there. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching and critiquing with me and Chey. You guys are the best. Truly, truly love you guys. This has been a ride, this whole album. Love it. You guys stay healthy, stay safe, and stay classy. Charles, a.k.a. Tyler, a.k.a. CriTiC. Out.